Is Tank Davis avoiding the most dangerous fight of his career? Or is Shakur Stevenson stirring the pot with claims of an offer that never existed? The boxing world is divided, and the drama between these two undefeated champions is reaching a boiling point. Two undefeated champions, two completely different styles. Gervonta Tank Davis, boxing's knockout king, the WBA lightweight champion, and a superstar whose power has sent 27 men to the canvas, and Shakur Stevenson, the slick technician, the WBC lightweight champion who makes world-class fighters look like amateurs swinging at ghosts. But here's the question fans are debating everywhere. Did Shakur Stevenson lie about the offer to fight Tank Davis? Or is Davis avoiding a fight he knows could end his reign? Because this fight isn't just about pride, it's about legacy. Gervonta Tank Davis, 29 wins, 0 losses, 27 knockouts. The man's a certified knockout artist, one of the faces of boxing and the biggest draw in the lightweight division. When Tank fights, arenas sell out, and fans show up expecting one thing, a brutal finish. But here's the problem. Outside the ring, questions linger. Is Davis avoiding the toughest fight of his career? Enter Shakur Stevenson, 21 wins, 0 losses, a 2-division world champion, and now the WBC lightweight king. Stevenson isn't a power puncher like Tank, but his precision, defense, and fight IQ make him one of the slickest fighters in the game. If Tank is the storm, Stevenson is the calm, and sometimes that calm is more dangerous. The feud between these two hit its peak when Stevenson went public, claiming Tank's team never even sent a formal offer. His words were clear, "I never got an offer, not one contract." Davis, on the other hand, didn't hold back either. He questioned Shakur's credentials, implying he hasn't even done that much in the sport. And just like that, fans were split. One side says Tank is dodging. The other says Stevenson hasn't earned the payday. But either way, the stakes are rising, because this fight could settle who's truly the king of the lightweight division. This is where things get interesting. Stevenson says there's no offer. Tank shrugs it off. And the silence? It's deafening. Think about it. Tank Davis and PBC have built his career by controlling the show. The opponents, the timing, the money. Stevenson, though? He's the wild card, the technician who could give Tank a fight he can't control. And what happens when Tank faces someone he can't just bulldoze through? Here's the real question. Is Tank avoiding this fight because Stevenson is too dangerous? Or is Stevenson trying to hype himself up by playing the victim? Either way, one thing is clear. Time is running out to make this fight happen. Just when fans thought it couldn't get crazier, Gervonta Davis dropped a bombshell. He's planning to retire in 2025. He's had enough of the sport and everything it brings.
25 is after next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
Let that sink in. If Davis is serious, the clock is ticking. For Stevenson, this isn't just another fight. It's his chance to prove he's the best before Tank Saudi Arabia is watching. Turki Alalshik, the man behind some of boxing's biggest fights, is reportedly ready to throw massive money on the table to bring this fight to life. They've already brought Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua to the desert. Could Davis versus Stevenson be next? Would it be a travesty if this fight didn't happen in the USA? As if things weren't complicated enough, controversial British welterweight Conor Benn has entered the conversation. He's publicly challenged Tank to a catchweight clash at 143 pounds and claims to have offered Davis's team $15 million for the bout. With retirement talk, Saudi money, and new challengers circling, Davis isn't short on options. But where does that leave Shakur Stevenson? Is Tank dodging him, or are bigger paydays pulling him in a different direction? Here's where the stakes hit boiling point. If Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson don't fight, what happens next? For Tank, the risk isn't just losing a fight, it's losing the respect of boxing fans, who are starting to ask the tough questions. Social media doesn't lie. The comments are brutal. Tank's cherry-picking. And why won't he fight Shakur if he's so confident? Even Tank's supporters are starting to wonder, has he really faced the best? For Shakur Stevenson, this is just as critical. He's called out Tank publicly. If this fight doesn't happen, critics will say Shakur is all talk, a fighter who couldn't back up his words when it mattered most. And for boxing, let's not forget what happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao. That fight took years to materialize, and by the time it did, fans felt robbed. Davis and Stevenson are in their primes right now. This isn't a fight for tomorrow. It's a fight that needs to happen today. So here we are. Shakur Stevenson wants the fight. He's calling for his shot at the lightweight throne. For him, this is legacy, a chance to prove he's the best of the best. Gervonta Davis, he's in no rush. Retirement looms, mega money offers from Saudi Arabia are on the table, and other challengers like Conor Benn are calling his name. As the A side, Tank has the power to choose his next move. But here's the truth. If this fight doesn't happen, boxing fans won't forget. We'll always ask, what could have been? 2 undefeated champions, 2 careers, and 1 question left unanswered. In a sport built on proving yourself, there's only one way to settle this. 2 fighters, 1 ring, and no excuses. Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. The fight the fans deserve. The fight that could define a generation. So, what do you think? Is Tank Davis dodging Shakur Stevenson, or is this all hype? Drop your take in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over.